Hi students, in this video, I'll be going through questions 1 to 3 for the Sec 1 2023 WA3 paper. So let's start with question 1. Right, so in question 1, they say that we have a figure where AB, PE, and CF are parallel lines. Then there's a reflex angle ABC, which is 290 degrees, and angle CDE is 133 degrees. So they want us to calculate angle BCD, right? So the angle that they want us to find is actually indicated over here already. Right, so if you analyze the figure for a while, you should realize that there's no way that we can find angle BCD straight away. Anyway, if you look at the marks for the question, it's a 3-mark question. So if it's a 3-mark question, likely you will need to do at least 3 steps before you can find the angle. All right. Okay, so we are not able to find angle BCD directly, but can you see that angle BCD is actually part of a bigger angle? Okay, so angle BCD is actually part of this angle over here, this whole angle BCF, right? And to find angle BCD, okay, if I can find angle BCF, and then if I can subtract away this angle DCF, then I'll be able to find angle BCD, which I need. Okay, so my immediate aim now would be to try to find angle BCF as well as DCF, all right? Okay, so I think it's easier to find DCF first, okay? As you can see, okay, let me erase away the other markings. Okay, as you can see that DE and CF are parallel lines. So angle DCF and this 133 degrees are actually interior angles. Okay, so we know that interior angles will add up to 180 degrees. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. So angle DCF plus 133 degrees will be equals to 180. So the reason is interior angles. And then we have DE parallel to CF, right? So angle DCF will be equals to 47 degrees. Okay, 47. Okay, so now that we have found angle DCF already, let's try to find angle BCF. Okay, so if you think a bit, okay, you can ask yourself this question. Is there any angle in this figure that is the same as equal to angle BCF or not? Okay, so whenever you have parallel lines, you should start looking out for things like alternate angles, corresponding angles, and interior angles, okay? So you can see that, okay, this angle BCF is actually an alternate angle to this angle over here, ABC, okay? There's an alternate angle, okay? So you can see A is here, B is here, right? Okay, then you have a line coming down to C, and then C to F, right? And because these two are parallel, okay, then these two angles are equal, right? Okay, so we can find angle ABC very easily because by angles at a point, they add up to 360, right? Okay, so let's find angle ABC now. So angle ABC equals to 360 minus 290. So this angles at a point. Okay, so this gives you 70, right? So this means that this is 70. Okay. Okay, so now angle AB that we have found angle ABC to be 70. Okay, we can then know the value. We then know the value of angle BCF also, right? So angle BCF equals to angle ABC equals to 70, right? So this is because of alternate angles. And it's due to AB being parallel to CF, right? Okay, so now that we know that this is 70, okay, this one is 70, and then this one is 47, we can find angle BCD, which we need. So angle BCD will be equals to 70 minus 47, okay, which will be 23 degrees, right? Okay, so it's actually not that difficult. Just break down the question into smaller parts and try to find the individual angles. And hopefully you'll be able to find the angle that you need, right? Right, let's move on to question 2. So question 2 is a question regarding polygons. So now they want us to find the size of one exterior angle in a regular heptagon. So heptagon, they tell you it's 7 sides. Okay, so we know that to find the exterior angle of a regular polygon is very easy. You just take 360 divided by the number of sides, right? Okay, because the sum of exterior angles is always equals to 360. Okay, so one exterior angle equals to 360 over 7. Okay, in this case, you will not be able to get a whole number. Okay, but for angles, we always round off to one decimal place. Okay, so the answer is 51.4. Okay, the diagram shows a regular heptagon and a square, and they want us to find the value of x. All right, so over here you can see that x is over here, Here you have a square, so we know this is 90. So if only we know this one. Okay, but this one is actually the interior angle of a heptagon. And if we know the exterior angle as calculated in part A, we can actually find the interior angle very easily, all right? Because one interior angle plus one exterior angle will always be equals to 180, right? For a regular. Okay. So this is a regular heptagon. So the exterior angle will be 51.4 as we found from part A. So one exterior plus one interior add up to 180. So we can find this. Okay, and all the interior angles are equal. Okay, so if we find this means we found this. Right, so let's do it. So let's find interior angle, which will be 180 minus 51.4 degrees. Right, 51.4 degrees. So that will give us 128.6 degrees. Okay, so we know that this is 128.6, but it's a regular heptagon, so all the interior angles are the same. So now what we need to do is take 360 minus 128.6 minus 90. We'll be able to get the answer. 360 minus 128.6 minus 90. Okay, that will give us 141.4. Right, so because we are talking about angle here, so one decimal place will be good, right? Right, so let's take a look at question 3. So question 3 is also still a question on polygons. So a hexagon, means it has 6 sides, okay? Has 5 interior angles and of 112 degree each, and another interior angle of y degrees, right? So a hexagon has 6 sides, right? Which means that it also has 6 interior angles. Okay, so 5 of them is 112, and they want you to find the last one, right? Okay, so you should recall that the formula for the sum of interior angles of a polygon is n minus 2 times 180. Okay, but now we are dealing with a hexagon, so n is 6, right? So times 180. So that will give us 720. Okay, so now we can formulate an equation and use it to find y. Okay, so 5 of the interior angles plus y will be equals to 720. Okay, so this is a sum of angles in a polygon, all right? Okay, 5 times 112 is 560 plus y, so we get 720. So just bring over and subtract, you should be able to get 160. Right, so the answer is 160. Okay, let's move on to question 4. Okay, last question for this video. Okay, some erasers are divided between Alan, Benny, and Kelvin. So the ratio of Alan's eraser to Benny's eraser is 5 to 6. So A is to B. Okay, you can just write short form. Okay, it's 5 to 6. Okay, the ratio of number of Benny's to Kelvin. Benny to Kelvin is 4 is to 3. Okay, find the ratio of Alan to Kelvin. So this is a typical question whereby they give you two separate ratios, okay, two pairs of ratio, but there's a common term between, and they want you to combine it into ratio. Okay, so in this case, the common term is this Benny. Okay, so it's 6 here and 4 here. So to combine these two ratios, we need to make the 6 and 4 into the same number. Right, so we don't have to go to 24, 6 times 4. We just have to go to the LCM. So the LCM of 6 and 4 will be 12. Okay, so that will be the best number to go to. All right. So to make this 6 12, we times 2 times 2. So we get 10 is to 12. Right, then to make 4 into 12, we will times 3 times 3. So that will give us 12 is to 9. Okay, so now we can combine them together. So A is to B is to C is actually equals to 10 is to 12 is to 9. Okay, but the question wants A is to C. Right, so A is to C will then be 10 is to 9. Right, so your answer here should write 10 is to 9. Right, 10 is to 9. Right, after Alan gave half of his share to Benny and Kelvin gave 1/3 of his share to Benny. Benny has 100 erasers. Benny claims that there are 160 erasers altogether. Specify if his claim is correct. Okay, so now we will work from here. A is to B is to C, right? Is 10 is to 12 is to 9. So they start giving each other some erasers. So let's say the new ratio, okay? Okay, so Benny gave Alan gave half of his share to Benny. So half of 10 he give away. For 10, he give away half means he give away 5 units. So he will be left with just 5 units. Right, then for Kelvin, he gave 1/3 to Benny. So 1/3 means give away 3 units. Okay, so he'll be left with 6. Okay, then Benny will be adding 8 because minus 5, 5 plus 3 gives you 8. So Benny will then have 20 units, right? So now in this case, 20 units is equivalent to 100 erasers. So we can calculate 20 unit equals to 100. So 1 unit equals to 5. Okay, they say all together. So all together, if you calculate, there is 31 units. So 31 units will be 31 times 5, which is just 155 only. So Benny's claim is incorrect. So he say that there are 160 erasers. So you can just write a conclusion. So Benny's claim is incorrect. Okay. There is only 155 erasers in total, right? Okay, so this is how you do the questions. So the questions are typically not difficult, so just do more practice and you should be fine, right?